What's good YouTube? It's your boy Rat Sensei. Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're ranking the top 8 most evil villains in anime. Over the years, there have been many downright scary anime villains. I'm not talking about a villain who just hate puppies and rainbows and sunshine. These anime villains only care about setting the world on fire, then forcing you to watch it burn. Like, hardcore stuff, guys. I'm talking about Shihamaru, Aizen Suzuki, and Evil Boo, and so many more. We all know that anime have villains for days, but which of it is the most popular villain, is the most diabolical, which devious monsters can make other anime villains cringe and say, Jesus Christ, these guys are evil. If you really want to know, then join us today. We'll rank the top 8 most evil villains in anime. Number 8. Don Quixote Don Flamingo. Yes, it's no surprise that a villain from One Piece universe make it onto this list. Don Flamingo is not the most powerful villain in anime, yet his sadism and his viciousness make him a villain that even other One Piece fans would think twice about messing with. We are talking about a guy who killed both his dad and brother at just the age of 10. Then he goes to become the captain of the Doflamingo Pirates and expelled the king of Dressrosa, took over the island and ruled them with iron fists. And I know what you're thinking. Taking over oppressing Iceland is standard One Piece villainy, right? Kaido did it, Crocodile did it, the list goes on. But what set Doflamingo apart is the absolutely lack of remorse where he take innocent lives, especially with his ultimate ability, Birdcage. Doflamingo can trap and massacre an entire island using this ability, and does so with a smile on his face. Little wonder he's called the Heavenly Demon. Number 7. Pain. Now when a bad guy named Pain, then you know he's a villain. You don't want to mess with. Nagato and Pain is one of the most powerful yet merciless characters in Naruto, besides being the leader of the Kosuke, of course, which is arguably the most badass group in anime. Sorry Espada. He also controls the corpses of the 6 powerful shinobis who uses their unique ability and coordination to overpower any protagonist. This ability is known as the 6th Path of Pain. Pain killed Naruto teacher Jiraiya, and if it wasn't bad enough, he also killed Naruto mentor Kakashi, and if it wasn't bad enough, he turned Konoha into rubble, killing thousands of innocent people. He overpowered Naruto when Naruto's waifu Hinata tries to protect him. Pain straight up bitch slap her into a coma. Man, this guy is evil. If not for Naruto's power of friendship, I don't think anyone would have been able to stop Pain. Number 6. Griffin. A few anime villains have mastered the art of backstabbing, like the former leader of the band of Hawks, of Griffin. When we are first introduced to Griffin in the Berserk series, he is portrayed as a kind, charming, soft-spoken mercenary leader who would do anything to protect his men. Even Guts, one of the most hard-boiled protagonists in anime, couldn't help but fall in love with his charm. He was so charismatic that Guts' girlfriend Casca and the rest of Griffin army loved him so much that they would give their lives for him, and they did, literally. Griffin sacrificed all his men just so he can gain the power of the Demon Lord. His men are torn limb from limb by demons while he transforms, and then when he's done, bro straight up raised Casca right in front of Guts. Man, what kind of man would do this to his own fellow companion? This event was so traumatic that Casca lost her mind and Guts vowed for revenge. Griffin will sacrifice anything and anyone for the lust of power, and that's what makes him so sinister. Number 5. Dio Brando. When it comes to the hating game, no anime villain does it better than Dio Brando from Yozo Bizarre Adventure. The dude is so relentless on his quest for evil that he becomes a vampire just so that he can have an eternity to prey on the good and weak. And there was no family he loved praying more than the Yostars. And after weaseling his way into the Yostar family, he kills Jonathan's dad, then later killed Jonathan himself, then cut off his head and took his body. Then several decades later, during the Stardust Kirase saga, he kills Joseph Joestar using his incredible stand ability. Number 4. Aizen Suzuki. Ichigo has battled many enemies in the Bleach series over the years, but longtime fans will agree that there's not been a bad guy as sinister and as disciple as Aizen. Throughout, he started off as a Shinigami. Aizen's evictions were far loftier than other anime villains. His ultimate plans were to kill the Soul King and take his place. He didn't care who had to destroy to get there. He uses his fellow captain and Shinigami as lab rat for the Hoyoku experiment. He manipulated and deceived everyone he came in contact with, including Hiyomori, who idolized him. Imagine betraying someone who idolized you. Man, that's villainary. He massacred the entire Central 46 just so he could get Rukia executed. And then when he was done playing around, he ran to Hueco Mundo, and there he seduced the Hollows and created the Aranka army. His main lieutenant, the Espada, were so ruthless that even the Soul Reaper captains had a hard time with them. Yet each one of them feared Aizen above anyone else. Aizen was so devious that he didn't flinch, eliminating his close companion like Ishimaru Yin and Kaname Tozen. When he was done using them, his plan was to sacrifice the whole Harakura town just so he could become the Soul King. Aizen is one villain you definitely don't want to mess with. Number 3. Uchiha Madara. Uchiha Madara is a villain that needs no introduction. As the leader of the Uchiha clan and the co-founder of Konoha, he was one of the most powerful shinobi that ever lived. His ultimate goal was to end conflict by activating the infinite Tsukuyomi, a genjutsu ability that would strip the entire world of their free will and place them in a dreamlike state to their death. He believed in this goal so much that he didn't care who he had to manipulate and deceive and kill in the process. His plan even led to the 4th Great Ninja War, an event that took the life of countless shinobi and innocent people. And you know a villain is evil when the warring shinobi villagers had to unite just so they can defeat him. Though some many argue that he wasn't truly evil, as he believed he was doing the right thing for humanity, just as Pain and Obito did. But the sheer brutality and ruthlessness with he hatched his plan and crushed his enemy betrayed Madara as a villain who clearly does not have the best interest of humanity at heart. Number 2. Father from Full Metal Alchemist. The second to last most evil anime villain is Father, or should I say Homunculus, as he also been called. Nobody really knows this guy's real name, that's how old he is, but back in ancient time, he wiped out an entire nation just so he can gain a human body and immortality. And as the first ever homunculus, he gave rise to other homunculus monsters who caused death and destruction all over the world. These guys did some pretty terrible stuff. They were absolutely hideous, except for Lust though. Lust was a baddie. Father is viciously evil. Because human life is so trivial to him, he wiped out an entire city and committed full-on genocide just so he can create a philosopher's stone and gain power. Though his ascension to godhead was only for a brief time, he will forever be remembered as one of the most ruthless and human anime villains ever. Number 1. Frieza. Yup, a villain in anime don't get any better than Frieza. This alien megalomaniac lives and breathes pure evil. From how he talks down on the Saiyans and called them monkeys, which I'm pretty sure is some kind of racial slur, he committed on full-on genocide and blowing up a planet. And without a doubt, Frieza in space is Hitler. And to prove it, he spread death and destruction everywhere he goes. But let's rewind for a second, shall we? First, Frieza goes to planet Vegeta, almost wiped out their entire Saiyan race, and blows up their entire planet. Then he goes to Namek and almost wiped out the Namekian race and blows up their planet. Like, man, this guy like blowing up planets. Then he goes to Earth, but Trunks cut him in half, but his hating game is so strong that he returns to Earth to kill the entire human race and blows up their planet. Jesus, this guy needs some therapy. And he does not shy away from taking innocent lives, even the lives of children and seniors. Although his power had been somewhat nerfed as Dragon Ball progressed, few Dragon Ball or anime fans can deny that Frieza is undoubtedly the most evil villain in history of anime. That said, here are a few honorable mentions. Evil Boo from Dragon Ball Z, Yamaha from Bleach, Imu and the Gorosei from One Piece, and finally but not least, Hyuga Akatsuki from Naruto. And there you have it, guys. Those were the top 8 most evil villains in anime. Did we miss any villain on our list? Let us know in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the notification bell to get regular updates on new videos. I make awesome anime manga content like this every week. Thanks for watching and bye for now.